Scientists have performed crazy and unethical experiments on animals since ever. It's pretty wild. You'll be shocked what you get to see today. From crossbreeding animals with other animals to injecting animals with human cells, here are 10 dark crossbreeding experiments that went horribly wrong. Let's begin with number 10. The human mouse. In laboratories, mice are frequently used in experiments. This time, Japanese scientists attempted to make a human mouse. In essence, they administered human stem cells to a mouse. They tried to develop a human pancreas inside the animal by doing this, but they've put in place some measures in response to criticism. The test must end and the mouse must be destroyed if it is believed to have begun growing a brain similar to that of a human during the experiment. We're surely not aiming to dominate the world with strange mutant human mice. Number 9. The mice with human brains. As was previously said, mice were supposed to be killed if human DNA was discovered in the brain. Still, in 2005, a professor at Stanford University was permitted to produce a human-mouse hybrid. He accomplished this by implanting mouse brains with human brain stem cells. His experiment's primary objective was to make it possible to research neurodegenerative conditions like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease. Less than 1% of human stem cells were discovered in the rodent's brain during the first few rounds, which did not go well. But in 2010, they successfully had used mouse stem cells to create sensory hair cells that could help people with hearing loss. Additionally, they had made the mice more human-like since the mice with human brain cells were much more intelligent than the other mice. Number 8. The baboon human. Stephanie Fay, also known as Baby Fay, was born in October 1984 with hypoplastic left heart syndrome. This indicates that her heart's left side did not develop normally. Sadly, no human heart donor was available, so they decided to give her a baboon's heart. In actuality, Baby Fay was the first child to receive a heart transplant from an animal. Until this point, no infant had successfully had a heart transplant using either a human or an animal heart. She sadly died after less than a month of life. Number 7. The Chimera virus. To generate a Chimera virus in 2017, Portuguese scientists decided to play around with a mouse virus. Essentially, a mouse virus with a viral gene from humans. This enables them to research viruses and how they affect rodent health. But it is to note that accidental outbreaks have happened. Well, we just hope it doesn't spread like the coronavirus. Number 6. The human-pig hybrid. Not what you may expect, this one. They're not producing a hybrid of a pig and a human. Instead of making patients wait for a donor, they're growing human organs inside of pigs. In the initial study, an embryo was planted into an adult pig for 4 weeks. The embryos were found to have survived and contained some human cells when it was removed for analysis. Now they need to determine whether pig embryos can support enough human cells to develop complete human organs. However, many people oppose these studies, claiming they are profoundly immoral. Number 5. The dogs. Many dog breeds you adore have undergone significant crossbreeding, and when dog breeders succumb to greed, they begin to put their financial well-being ahead of the health of their dogs. A particular breed of dog is prone to short spine syndrome. It features a tight body, a prominent jaw, and a terrible underbite. The dog was created through backyard breeding, where the breeder mistakenly crossed several of his pets. This is the outcome, which is sad to witness, and the majority of the time, these dogs are euthanized since no one wants to take them in when they arrive. Number 4. The conga. When scientists first discovered the conga remains in northern Syria in the early 2000s, they had no idea what they were looking at. Even though the skeletons were from 2600 BC and domestic horses wouldn't arrive in that area for another 500 years, they appeared to be from horses, so they were a little perplexed. They had understood that this was a human-bred animal and not a horse. This creature resembles a hybrid between a donkey and a wild ass. They were quite pricey and valuable in those days. Currently, it is thought that these Kung were bred for battle, because in addition to being able to pull wagons, it was thought that they would be more challenging. The problem with donkeys is that they were easily frightened and didn't want their animals to bolt in the middle of combat. But no one could tame the wild horses. Then they would breed them together and presto, they had an animal that was more appealing to them. Number 3. The human Z. Several scientists have conducted bizarre tests on chimpanzees over the years. Due to their resemblance to humans, these mammals are now interested in them. Since chimpanzees share 98.8% of the same genetic material, scientists are attempting to create chimpanzee-human hybrids. The first individual to make an effort to cross a human with a chimpanzee was Ilya Ivanov. Ilya carried out these tests till the 1920s. The Soviet Union was conducting the same trials at the same time in 2019. It's rumored that a group of scientists from the Salk Institute for Biological Studies in California succeeded in creating the first human-monkey hybrids. Number 2. The rabbit-human mix. A group of scientists in Shanghai successfully fused human cells with rabbit eggs in 2003. American scientists have attempted to accomplish the same goal but have consistently failed. This test was conducted to determine whether it could be utilized to generate tissues or cells for transplant patients. However, there were tight guidelines for this experiment, and once the rabbit got human cells in its brain, it had to be killed. Therefore, scientists only allowed the human rabbit to grow for a few days before killing it and harvesting its stem cells. Number 1. The human demon sheep. South African residents were terrified in 2017 when a sheep gave birth to a lamb-like object. It appeared uncannily human. People in the village went into a frenzy, claiming that anything born resulted from the devil's handiwork. There's a story that this lamb was produced by putting human sperm into a sheep. The lamb wasn't born alive because it was stillborn. However, how unsettling is this? Many town residents believed that a beast or witchcraft was responsible for this monster. OMG. These 10 dark crossbreeding experiments are just crazy. Which one did you find the creepiest? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to check out our other binge-worthy videos popping out on the right and left of your screen. See ya!